Arthur Morgan is a name that lives in the hearts of millions of players. But not because he was the fastest gun in the West. Not because he rode with the toughest gang. And not even because he died a tragic death. Arthur Morgan stays with us because of who he became. This is not a story about an outlaw. This is a story about redemption. About morality. About what it means to be a man in a world without mercy. And this is the psychology behind it. Arthur didn't ask for the life he was given. His mother died when he was young. His father was a criminal. At just 14, Arthur was taken in by Dutch van der Linde, a charismatic, dangerous man who offered him something he never had before: purpose, belonging, and direction. For a long time, Arthur believed in Dutch's words. He believed that stealing from the rich was justified. That freedom was worth the blood. Dutch wasn't just a leader, he was a father to Arthur. And Arthur was the most loyal son. But loyalty has a price. And sometimes, it blinds you. Arthur was violent, hardened, and pragmatic. He was a survivor in the truest sense, willing to kill, rob, or run without flinching. He wasn't a monster. But he wasn't a good man either. He didn't question the lives he took. He didn't question Dutch's motives. Because in that world, questioning meant weakness. And weakness meant death. But everything changed with one cough. When Arthur was diagnosed with tuberculosis, the illusion shattered. He was dying. Slowly. Painfully. And for the first time, he was forced to stop running. To stop lying to himself. He was forced to reflect. And in that reflection, he found something he had buried long ago: guilt. He saw the faces of the people he'd hurt. He started to ask, what was it all for? As the disease progressed, so did Arthur's introspection. He began writing more in his journal. His words were full of sorrow, confusion, and longing. The thoughts of a man who finally saw the weight of his past and desperately wanted to make things right. I'm afraid. There is nothing more to say. Arthur Morgan. He started helping strangers. He showed kindness to those he once ignored. He protected the weak, the sick, the innocent, not because he was told to, but because he wanted to. Not for reward. Not for redemption. But because it was right. That's the beginning of moral awakening, when a man acts not for himself, but for others. But Arthur's transformation didn't happen in a vacuum. He was surrounded by chaos, by Dutch's unraveling mind, by Micah's poison, by the crumbling remains of the gang. He watched the people he once loved become monsters. Dutch, the man he once called father, became selfish, paranoid, and violent. And Arthur was no longer blind. You keep killing folk, Dutch. And how long do you think before it catches up with you? Arthur Morgan. He knew he couldn't fix Dutch. He couldn't fix the gang. But maybe he could save one person. That person was John Marston. Despite their history, Arthur saw something in John: a second chance. A chance for a better life, for someone else to escape the cycle. Arthur gave everything to protect John. Even when it meant going against Dutch. Even when it meant certain death. You're my brother. I'm proud of you. Arthur Morgan to John. That moment wasn't just sacrifice. It was liberation. Arthur was finally free from the chains of loyalty that had bound him. And he chose, for the first time in his life, to do something purely selfless. Let's be clear, Arthur Morgan was not perfect. He lied. He killed. He hurt people. He made choices that can't be undone. But he changed. And that change, that painful, raw, human journey, is what makes him unforgettable. He is a reflection of what many of us struggle with. Living with guilt. Trying to be better. Wanting to leave something good behind, even if we started in the dark. I gave you all I had. Arthur Morgan's final words. Psychologically, Arthur represents the idea of redemptive arc. The notion that a person, no matter how far gone, can still seek meaning, still seek grace, still choose to become someone better. His death was not glorious. It was quiet. He died with the sun rising, face scarred, body broken, soul at peace. Because in the end, Arthur Morgan didn't need to be remembered as a hero. He just needed to be one. For himself. Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't just a game. It's a meditation on death, morality, and choice. And Arthur Morgan is its beating heart. If his story teaches us anything, it's this. It's never too late to change. Even when your past is stained in blood, your future can still be written in kindness. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe for more in-depth RDR2 content.